All right, 4.12. Elephants sometimes damage trees in Africa. It turns out that elephants dislike bees. They recognize beehives in areas where they are common and avoid them. Can this information be used to keep elephants away from trees? Researchers want to design an experiment to answer these questions using 72 acacia trees and 3 treatments: active hives, empty hives, and no hives. Okay, part A. Identify the experimental units in this experiment. Okay. So the experimental units are the things that receive the treatment. In this case, the trees are receiving the treatment. Okay. So our experimental units are the 72 acacia trees. Okay. Part B. Explain why it is beneficial to include some trees that have no hives. Right? Well, that group is going to be considered the control group, which provides some baseline measurements so that we can actually make comparisons, right? To know whether the empty hives or the active hives are making a difference, we need to have some baseline data to see, how many trees were being damaged by elephants in the first place. All right, control group provides baseline data for making comparisons. All right, part C. Describe how the researchers could carry out a completely randomized design for this experiment. Include a description of how the treatments should be assigned. Okay, so let's break this down into 3 steps. Step 1, we're going to label the trees from 1 to 72. Okay. Step 2, okay, I know this is not going to be popular for many of you, but I'm going to describe names, or in this case, numbers in a hat. So we'll put the numbers 1 to 72 in a hat and mix it up. Mix it up. And then we will draw out, let's see, 72 divided by 3. What is that? 72 divided by 3. 24. Okay, so we'll pull out 24 numbers, mix it up, draw 24 numbers, okay, and then we'll assign those trees to group 1. Okay, and then we'll draw a new set of 24 numbers, assigning those trees to group 2. Okay, and then finally, the remaining 24 numbers that are still in the hat are going to correspond to the trees that get assigned to group 3. Okay. All right, now that we have the 3 groups, we could say, I'll just pick group 1 gets assigned active hives. Group 2 gets assigned empty hives. And then group 3 gets assigned no hives. Okay. Now you could also describe using a random number generator. So basically this part here would change. You have a random number generator, min 1, max 72, Generate 24 unique numbers, no repeats, assign those trees to group 1. Generate 24 new numbers, no repeats, assign those trees to group 2, and then whichever trees whose numbers did not get generated will by default become group 3.